Okay, y'all, we are going to go over just how simple it is to start making some serious money here as a brand new affiliate. Now, you should have already watched the How We Earn video. It's only 15 minutes long and it goes over everything as far as, how the commission percentages work, what PV is, all that good stuff. So make sure you watch that first if you haven't already. Otherwise, this will make no sense to you. But essentially, I went ahead and broke down based on number of customers and your personal order, what that's going to equal as far as money. Okay. So when you see most of us are on either tirzepatide or semaglutide. If for some reason though you are getting yours covered through insurance and it doesn't make sense for you to purchase through Ellie, wherever you see go ahead and just replace that with a customer. Okay. So you plus two. So when you get your first two customers here, and mind you, all of this is going to be based off of selling the weight loss shot. Obviously, we have a ton of other incredible peptides that you can sell too, but the most common thing that we all sell is the weight loss shot. So that's what all this is based off of. So when I say two customers, I'm saying your first two customers that order the weight loss shot through you. Okay, so most of us are on it ourselves, so I'm gonna go through this as if that's the case. So you've got your order that you order each month of the shot. You get your first two customers on the shot. That combined is going to put you over 500 PV. Okay. And remember, PV is the value assigned to each product that you're selling. And in this case, we're talking about $220 of PV that you get in volume. And that is what you're paid off of. Okay, so total three orders at 220 PV will put you over the 500 PV threshold, which means now you went from 20% commission to 25%. So you gave yourself a 5% pay raise. Amazing. Okay, and when you do that, you have now earned, it actually is more than, it's just over $150 cash. But this is a monthly cash that you're making from just getting these two customer orders. Okay. And then when you do 500 PV in your first 30 days, you are going to get a $50 cash rebate back based on your enrollment fee of $79. They're going to give you $50 cash, comes back like straight commission. So you can go ahead and add that to the 150 and boom, just by getting two customers on the shot, you just made $200. Okay. But keep in mind, all of our customers are on a 3-month commitment with the shot, which means you're guaranteed commission, that monthly amount, for 3 months in a row with a 94% reorder rate at the end of the 3 months. Okay, people stay on this stuff. So as I'm going through this, I want you to remember it compounds here like crazy. So you're not starting over every month with brand new customers. Okay, these customers are going to continue to stay on it and reorder. So everything new that you do just compounds and stacks. Okay, so when you see 150 is what you're making off of those customers for the month, you're actually making $450 if you multiply that number by three. Then you add the $50 rebate, boom, you just made $500 by getting two customers. Insane. Okay, so let's look at this next one. You got your order plus five customers. Okay, doesn't have to be five new, it includes these two that you already have. So you go out, you get three more. Okay, so now you got a total of five customers on the weight loss shot. Well, that hits the threshold of 1,000 PV, which is going to bump you to 30%. You just gave yourself another 5% pay raise, which is incredible. And then I wrote over here, free shot. Okay. So if you are somebody who isn't purchasing through us because yours is covered through insurance, well, it's actually going to be about around $400 in commission is what you're making. But I like to think of it as, because most of us are purchasing our shot through Ellie, you just earned enough to cover your entire cost of your shot every month. Okay. Free shot. And this again is monthly that you're getting that for free. So I think that's a great first goal. Okay, obviously get your first two. You want to make sure that your entire purchase is covered every month, and then everything after that is pure profit. Okay, now let's look at you plus 11. And I know 11 might seem like a lot of customers, but here it's not. Like anybody can get 11 customers. It is in such high demand that you will be shocked at how many people are actually interested in this as you're sharing and exposing people to it. Okay. So with this demand, you'll absolutely be able to get 11. Just remember, whatever you do your first month is going to carry over into the second month because those people are on a 3-month commitment. So if you go out and you get 5 customers your first 30 days, right? Well, you know your second month, those 5 customers are already going to be reordering. Boom, you just go get 6 more. Now you're at 11. Okay. So when you do that, you have now hit the 2,500 PV mark. Okay. You've exceeded that threshold, which now puts you at 35% commission. Okay. Which is going to mean that you're now making just over $1,000 a month is what it comes out to. So now you're making $1,000 cash. Boom. You just had your first $1,000 month, which is incredible. But remember, they're on 3 months. You're guaranteed 3 months of this. So it's actually 3 grand that you're making off of just getting 11 customers. Insane. Okay. Now let's go down here and look at U plus 22. Once you're at 22 customers for the month, remember, it can be existing customers that have already been ordering with you. They count towards this. Okay, so your order plus 22 customers on the weight loss shot, that is going to be at the 5,000 PV mark. Okay, which means now you're making 40% commission on everything you sell. I also want to note, remember, everybody starts at 20% commission, and as you're selling more, you're bumping up. They go back and they pay you the difference. So they're paying you 20% commission guaranteed each week, but whatever you end the month at, let's say you're ending at 35%, they're going to pay you that extra 15%. They're back paying on everything you sold that month, that additional 15%. Okay. So when you get to 40%, you have doubled your commission. Okay. So now the 20% you're already being paid out, you're now making another 20%. They're going to go back and pay you an extra 20%, double on everything you've already been paid out. Okay. This is why make this your big goal. Get to 40%. We have about 10 people on the team that have already done it in their first 60 days. So it's definitely doable. Okay. So once you're at this point, you're making just over $2,000 in commission. Okay. And I write 2,000 just to keep it simple, but you're actually making a little bit more at each of these than that. But just to keep it simple, $2,000 a month, which again, off of those 22 customers, it's actually 6 grand that you're making. It's just paid out over 3 months. That's how I like to look at it. Okay. And then let me bring your attention down here to this $1,500 cash bonus. This is on the table for every brand new affiliate. You have your first 6 months to earn it. I have a whole video that breaks down exactly what you need to do to lock in this cash. And keep in mind, this is a bonus, meaning it is in addition to the regular commission that you're going to be making. This is $1,500 extra. So make sure to watch that video next.